What's up, guys? See, as promised, here's the fairy tale ranking I actually made. Anyhow, before we get right into the fairy tale ranking and all that, I had to talk about some specific things in fairy tale that actually, if you're a fairy tale watcher, you see it's kind of crazy bonkers, really. Like the power of friendship. Most fairy tale avid reader or people that just read for fun wouldn't know this, but most of Natsu's battles were won because of the power of friendship. It wasn't because of Natsu's power himself. It was just some power up for the moment, and then the power disappears. Other than his lightning dragon mode, obviously that is staying put. Anyhow, when ranking the fairy tale member, not every member in fairy tale the series itself, but the fairy tale guilds specifically, actually started with S class, then lower scent wizard level, mid, peak, and then so on till the peak springers level. Springen, yeah, whatever. Anyhow, well, starting from the bottom, now we're here. The weakest of Fairy Tale's S-class level mage would be Max Alos. What? Oh shit, I'm butchering all this name. I swear to God, I have to go back to school, man. Anyhow, Mask. Now, if you don't know who this is a guy that uses sand magic in Fairy Tale that was actually fighting, that was beating Natsu after they came back, after the 7 years time skip on Tenro Island. Remember, it was a guy called Mask. And is that brown? It's like greenish hair. Short, always wears a jacket and a suit clothes. Anyhow, he is the weakest S-class member of the Fairy Tale Guild for obvious reasons, because everybody above him would really body him in the fight. So yeah, I could have put other members here too, but since we don't really have statements or feats from them, I'll say no. Now, Max is the weakest of the Fairy Tale Wizard in S-class. Now, most people be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Max of all people? Max of all people? Well, the thing you don't realize is that based on the time skip we had for Tenro Island, it's been 7 years. And Natsu, Gray, and all the members that were stuck on Tenro Island were actually S-class based. The strength was S-class based before they were there, and when they came back, they were still basically S-class. So for Max to be able to fight Natsu on par until Natsu used this lightning dragon mode is obviously a fucking statement saying by itself that Max is S-class. Now, I'm not gonna make this video too long. I'm just gonna go right through the names and tell you why and why not for specific characters. Anyhow, above Mask, I put Biska. I don't know, Biska Malone. Biska Conan, the gun equipped lady. She's way stronger than her husband for obvious reasons. Now, see, while I'll say in a physical fight, maybe Max. Why can I not say this fucking name, bro? Anyway, in a physical altercation between Biska and Max will probably win, but the reason I'm putting Biska here is because of the bloody cannon she actually has on hand. After they defeated the Phantom Lord Guild, Biska actually took the guild's cannon from Phantom Lord and just kept it in the fucking inventory. And now she can pull it out whenever she wants. And that thing gave Urza troubles when she was S-class. Even while using her adamantium armor at the time, she was still defeated by, was like kind of a draw, we could say. But anyway, S-class. If you have any problems with that, take it up with the wall behind me. So yeah, I'm not listening to it. Above Biska, I put Wakabe and Makao. See, now Wakabe and Makao are fairly even when it comes to fighting and the magical ability as well, smoke and purple fire. Anyhow, after the time skip, Makao is the guild master of Fairy Tale, and Wakabe is his right hand. Basically, these two guys have always been equal. They've never actually truly been one up in the other when it comes to combat power or the overall perversity in the guild. Now let's just skip these characters and go for the higher S-class people right here. Now, when it comes to my guy Mest, Grider, whatever. When it comes to Mest is one of the most powerful wizards in Fairy Tail. Though he is not a wizard scent level, he's obviously very well versed in magic, in teleportation magic, and he's physically strong as well. Not to mention being able to be promoted to a captain, or what you want to call them, of the Magic Council at the time, means his physical capability was also not to be underestimated, because the captains of the magic guards for the Magic Council back in the day were people who the Magic Council actually put the faith in to stop and apprehend wayward or dark guilds wizard, or like people like Jalor and Elsa. They trust in them to bring them in if they were asked to bring them in. So yes, obviously Mest is an S-class wizard. Above Mest, I put Levy. Now, for those who don't know who Levy is, she's Gajil's girlfriend. And for those who actually know, you guys probably asking, huh? What? Why? Because at the end of the day, Levy isn't really that powerful. I mean, yes, a solid script can be used in very different ways and different capacity, and it's very versatile, but still, it's not strong enough for me to put her above to other people on this list. It's kind of crazy. But the fact that she's S-class is, without a doubt, undeniable. Levy's an S-class wizard. And I like Levy. She's nice. Above Levy is Big Slow. You know, the guy with the soul magic in the Thunder Legion. There's not really much for me to say about Big Slow, because everything you have to know about Big Slow is like what you see on TV. Yes, he's physically weaker than the rest of the member in the Thunder Legion, but still, people kind of assume that if his dolls are taken away, that he's weaker to physical attacks. I mean, yes, he's obviously weaker to attacks from people like fucking Elfmen, maybe Lucy when she's in a tarot style dress or something. But other than that, the guy's pretty solid, I'd say. Now above Big Slow, I put Evergreen, because Evergreen is a much more better mage than Big Slow, and she has quite the variety, you could say. She uses light bullets, you can call them Gundam bullets, and she can turn people to stone, etc. And magic is anyway very versatile, and yes, one look is all it takes to turn you to stone. That's actually also the case for Big Slow. So one look is all it takes to turn you into a doll. And thinking about it, I think they're probably equals. Yeah. And if I were to put someone above the other, I think Big Slow above Evergreen, because he's a man. No, the physicality, the biological advantage. No, I still think Evergreen is stronger than Big Slow. No, I'll put him below Evergreen. Evergreen is still stronger. So no. Above Evergreen, I have Lasana. Now, if you remember everyone that's watching Fairy Tail right now probably knows that she actually stopped Lucy. Yeah, Lucy. She actually stopped her with a snake form, animal soul snake form. And she also has like this yokai kitsune form, and very different forms for different situations. She's very versatile. She's indeed very crazy too. I mean, all her animal souls is cute, but also deadly and versatile, yes. See now, takeover magic is an overpowered type of magic that people really don't get their head around. They don't think, people be like, oh, Satan's soul, I kind of understand, or God's soul, I kind of understand, but everything else is not really that interesting. But when you think about it, a normal person cannot win against the goddamn bear, and no normal mage can win against a bloody kitsune. That's literally impossible. Not to mention, she also has like the abilities, this unequal abilities of each animal soul she takes over. So the Nine-Tailed Fox, if the Nine-Tailed Fox actually had like Foxfire, she would have been able to use Foxfire as well. So yes, very comfortably at the S-class, yeah. And those are all the S-class heroes. Now let's go to the lower level Wizard Scent level. Now for those of you who don't know who the Wizard Scent are, basically Makarov and every other member of the bloody Wizard Century, let's just call them that, like the former master of Phantom Lord was also wizard sent. Yeah. The guys. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, most people don't actually know how strong a wizard scent is because of what happened with fucking God Sirene. That guy is such a pain. Such a pain to talk about, really. I'll just get back into it. Anyway, low wizard scent levels are Panther Lily, because I believe Panther Lily is very strong. I mean, way back then, when Gagiel met Panther Lily was actually holding his own against Gagiel, fighting him in Edelus back then, and it was actually a draw at the end. Not really. Gagiel won by very little margin, but since then, Gagiel has become strong, and Panther Lily as well. For those of you who bring up the fact that Panther Lily was actually defeated by Happy with a fish, I know what you mean. But there are instances where strong characters get defeated by weak characters for reasons. See, Panther Lily is afraid of lightning. Now, when he hears lightning, because his ears are so good, he hears it like roaring thunder in his head, in his brain. So he can't really fight during stuff like that. So when he sees lightning, he actually gets scared too. So the only reason Happy was able to get the drop on him was because of that. And if you don't agree to that, now you tell me, were not to be able to beat Macao or Wakabe on a moving train? No, he wouldn't. So yeah, there you have your answers. Now, stop patronizing me. Anyhow, above Panther Lily, I put Kana Aberona. See, now Kana is a very, very weird character to rank because of Fairy Glitter. Now, Fairy Glitter is a very powerful magic. It can one-shot almost anyone. If that thing hits you, it's GG's, bro. I mean, weaker wizard will probably die on the spot. Wizard as strong as Gray will get knocked out for a while. I take it. So yeah, Fairy Glitter puts Kana really makes Kana so hard to rank. You know, I actually didn't know if I should put her at the high end of the wizard scent or the lower end. But when I thought about her holder magic, I thought, you know, it's quite versatile using cards, and she can put people with the cards, and she can bring out different effects with the cards and stuff, but still because of Fairy Glitter, man. So she's either a low rank wizard saint, or, you know, high ranking wizard saint. I can't really tell you because of Fairy Glitter. It's like super hard to place Kana anywhere. Anyhow, above Kana I have Juvia. Yes, Juvia is way stronger than Kana. Yeah, she's low wizard scent level, but she is still stronger than Kana. Anyhow, Juvia has a variety of water abilities she could use, and I believe if she trained maybe a decade more, she would become powerful enough to be at the high end of the Wizard Saints level. Maybe even be able to beat Jura, because apparently, no, I don't think so, because the weakness of water is basically rock or stones, and Jura is manipulating the earth, so I don't think so. Who knows? Anyhow, above Juvia, I have Lucy Heartfilia. Now, for those of you who don't know why Lucy is up here, you have to read again. Rewatch or read Fairy Tail again. See, yes, a celestial wizard summoned the celestial spirits to do battle for them. Remember, recently, Lucy just learned how to use the Star Dress. And she can only just use one. She can actually mix it up. So maybe she's using Leo and Virgo. So she had, like, you know, the durability and the strength of both characters because of the mixed Star Dress she has. Not to mention, when she actually did the Leo X Virgo Star Dress, she was able to fly, and she was way faster than Lasana in her Kitsune form. And she was already fast enough in her Kitsune form. So yeah, it's kind of crazy right there. And I don't really know, maybe she can do it with the Celestial Spirit King as well. Who knows? I'm wondering if that would be possible. She get a mustache as well, or nose hair. I wonder. It's kind of crazy, you know. Thinking about that, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, Lucy's at the high end of the low Wizard Saint level characters from Fairy Tail. Now, up and up and up we go to the high Wizard Saint level. These are characters I believe to be way stronger than the lower Wizard Saint level characters. And at the bottom of that list is Elfman Strauss. Yes, Elfman is physically powerful. As a matter of fact, Elfman is like a one. He's a weird character because he only has like one thing he goes for, and that's strength and durability. All his beast soul takeover magic are either strong, brutally strong, or extremely good at defense, like the wizard, like the lizard man, or that weird beast takeover thing that almost killed Lasana last time. Not to mention he has like the Leo thing, so he's always like either strength based or defense based, and he's like taking it to the extreme levels, which is why he's so strong. So yeah, he's a man. Manly man. Not really. He cries like a girl, so no. Above Elfman, I put Freed. Yeah, Freed is stronger than Elfman. Anybody who doubts that, go look through the shows again, and then you see why I put Freed over here. Freed is a very unique character. He uses ruin magic. And not just that, Dark Ikucho as well. He can inflict pain, suffering. He can trap you in a space for a pretty long time and give you an impossible task which you wouldn't be able to do, and just make the space explode if you wanted to. So Freed is a very scary wizard. The only reason he's not doing extremely dangerous and scary things is because it's a Fairy Tail. Most members in Fairy Tail are very chill people, other than the fighting and the drinking, and yeah, they're very fun. I like Fairy Tail. Anyhow, above Freed, I have Wendy Marvel. Now, when Wendy not just goes into a Dragon Force mode, when Wendy uses Dragon Force, she's way stronger than everybody else I've mentioned up to now. Not to mention now she's learning enchantment magic from Irene. Yes, Irene has ascended, but she also gave Wendy a lot of help when it comes to enchantment magic. She taught her a lot of things before she actually got reincarnated. So yes, Wendy is up and coming, and I believe with time she'll be way stronger than he actually is right now. Other than that, I have absolutely nobody at the peak Wizard Saint level when it comes to the Fairy Tail Guild. There's nobody there, but Wendy will be there sooner than later, like literally sooner than later. Anyway, like I said, I have nobody at the peak Wizard Saint level in Fairy Tail currently, but Wendy might just be there sooner than later. Anyhow, now we go to the lower Springer level. These are characters with extreme amount of magical power or magical energy, and their abilities are busted as hell. But yeah, even with all that, there's this saying that no matter how overpowering an ability is, there's always a weakness. So yeah, that's why there's a lower Springer level. And if you don't know who at the lower end of the Springers is, Argyle, that sand guy from the Avarice Kingdom. Anyhow, if you don't know who that is, Google it. I'm not gonna explain that shit to you. No way. Anyhow, right there is Mira Jane Strauss. She's at the lower end of the Springer level. I know the show tries to portray Mira Jane and Urza as rivals, and they're always like equivalent to each other. That's not really the case. That's not how it works. Basically, in Fairy Tail, there's this thing called the power of friendship, and when the power of friendship kicks in, you get like a massive power boost, and that is crazy as hell. Power of friendship, man. Power of friendship. Without the power of friendship, Mira Jane, there's no way Mira Jane would be Urza's rival. I mean, the show keeps trying to make them equals, but it is not true. They are not equals, because Urza is stronger than Mira Jane. I guarantee. Ask anybody else. Urza is stronger than Mira Jane. But that's not to say Mira Jane is weak. Mira Jane is an interesting and overpowered character either way. But yeah, that's where I'll put her. Now, above Mira Jane at the high Springer level, I put at the lower end of the high Springer level is Gargiel. And if you want a comparison to the Avarice's Kingdom High Springer level, it's like Locke, the other son of Zeref, the guy with the the guy with the light magic that makes you feel pleasure and stuff. That's a high Springer level there. Anyway, Gargiel is at this level. The moment Gargiel awakened his Dragon Force, he just skyrocketed, man. He just went off on his own. That is crazy, man. Gargiel is extremely overpowered. I wouldn't have actually imagined Gargiel becoming one of the good guys, but when it happened, I started liking it. It was a great mix. Now his Iron Dragon Slaying magic and his Iron Shadow Dragon mode or Shadow Iron Dragon mode. Iron Shadow Dragon mode plus his Dragon Force puts him here on the list. Gargiel is an extremely overpowered character, and if you downgrade him more than this, it's stupid. It doesn't make sense. And also, you should read Fairy Tail. Read Fairy Tail, you love it, just like I did. Also, when you think about Fairy Tail literally invented the male with pink hair trope. That's Natsu. It's been there longer than Yuji has. Anyhow, above Gargiel, I have Grey Fullbuster. Now, when Grey goes into his devil slaying magic, or his demon slaying magic, makes his ice magic even more versatile and gives it like an edge, gives it this weird edge his normal ice magic doesn't have. I mean, even though he did beat the Winter General with devil slaying ice magic, after the battle with the Winter General from Avarice, he's become way stronger than he actually is before. So now Grey is at the top. He's going up and keeps going up. I know the show also tries to portray Grey and Natsu as equal, and that is actually the case for this time. Anyway, Grey and Natsu are relatively equal when it comes to the powers and their capabilities, because Grey can fight Natsu any time of the day, anywhere, and when they're going full throttle, when they're going right at it with full power from the beginning, they're going to draw, unless not to get like this weird thing with the fire magic. The goddamn Dragon Slaying fire magic is overpowered in this verse. It's too much. It's too much. Natsu should just be put into the, the Fire Force verse or something. Because this guy is just too much, man. Anyway, above Grey is obviously Natsu Dragneil. Natsu is the main character of Fairy Tail, or is it Lucy? I'm not really sure. There's like multiple main characters. There's not just a deuteragonist or something, I don't know. Anyway, Natsu's ability puts him really high on this list. He's like at the peak of the high springing level, because most people would be like, yeah, oh my god, he's supposed to be at the peak of the Springer level, not high Springer level. No, he's actually at the high Springer level, because Natsu's magic, the fire dragon slaying magic, always increases in temperature and damage, the force behind it, every time Natsu gets angry, which is why he's always like, now I'm fired up. Because that shit, when he says that, he's already angry or he's eating or something. Because there's always this power of friendship or power of feelings when it comes to dragon slaying magic, fire dragon slaying magic. And it's like, it's crazy, man. It's super crazy and super hyped. And yeah, I can do it. And no matter if he eats like a different type of fire, like let's say the fire of the heart or something, if he eats it, it makes his power exponentially more fucking overpowered. Not to mention, remember back then when he actually went to the dragon, when he actually activated his dragon force for the first time, it was when he fought Zeref. It wasn't back then in the tower, it wasn't later on. This was like a prequel, like a half Dragon Force or something. But when he actually activated his Dragon Force, he had like red scales on his arm, red scale on his face. That's Natsu's Dragon Force. And you saw how astronomically powerful he actually got, because he was able to fight Zeref, who had actually obtained the one magic, but and he beat him too. So yeah, very powerful, very impressive from Natsu. Yeah, but Natsu is not the strongest in Fairy Tail. Now, when we go to the peak Springer level, at the bottom of that list is Erza Scarlet. Yes, Elsa Scarlet. She's a tiny bit stronger than Natsu and Grey. Yeah. Now you're telling me, oh, it's just, hey, if she's just a tiny bit stronger than Natsu, great. Why is she there? Because she's versatile. See, now Urza started learning enchantment magic as well. So now she can enchant her armors anyhow she see fit. She also has dragon slaying weapons on hand, so she doesn't really need Windy to enchant the dragon slaying magic onto them. She actually has dragon slaying weapons on hand too. And not to mention, Urza's magic is, her abilities is kind of wonky, you'd say. It's like she's getting stronger because of the thing her mother actually did. And if you're wondering what thing it is, it's because the mother had her in the belly for like, I think, a few centuries. Yeah, she had her literally in her stomach for a few centuries, and she was bathing in Irene's magic during that whole time. And that is just weird because I don't get it. I mean, if she was bathing in Irene's magic during all this time, and Irene is a dragon now, she should be able to have dragon slaying magic, but somehow she doesn't. Maybe at the end of the 100-year quest, she might actually awaken dragon slaying magic. Anyhow, it's constantly portrayed that Urza is stronger than Natsu and Grey, because she's always going to be able to stop them, and she always has to be able to stop them unless they're gonna wreck everything. Now, above Urza, I have Gildart Clive. Yeah. Now everybody be like, what? Gildart is a second? No way. Let me ask you this. What is Gildart called in Fairy Tail? He's called the Ace of Fairy Tail. There's a reason for that. Now, I say, no matter how strong the characters get, right? They're always trying to portray Gildart as, yeah, you know, this is the one member in Fairy Tail that always comes true, and whenever there's an enemy no one else can defeat, Gildart shows up and defeat them. You know, like he fought against August but couldn't win, obviously, for obvious reasons, because August was just stronger than Gildart. And yeah. And when his crush magic is nullified, you actually see how strong he really is. He could not beat August because, yeah, for obvious reasons, August was stronger. And August's magic to copy others' magic is like very overpowered. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still Gildart. So I believe like the reason I have him here, I would have actually put him below Urza, but the reason I have him here is because I believe that the author of Fairy Tail will always try to put him, the author of Fairy Tail will always try to put him, you know, on a pedestal and always make him stronger, saying like, yeah, everybody's training to get stronger, so why not Gildart as well? That's the only reason I have him here. Now above Gildart, I have Luxus. Yeah. Everybody be like, oh my god, what? Luxus? No way. All right. First and foremost, let me ask you this. Who defeated the Gildart level Diablos member Kirin? It was Luxus, wasn't it? All right. Now let me ask you this again. Let me ask you this again. Have you ever seen Luxus use Dragon Force? He hasn't. Now most people assume during his fight with Natsu and Gajul in the cathedral, because they saw like scale-like patterns on his hand, they was using Dragon Force. No, it wasn't. It was basically him using Dragon Slayer magic, and the art was trying to show us that he was using Dragon Slayer magic. I mean, when you think about it, even the second generation Dragon Slayer, like Cobra, hasn't awakened his Dragon Force yet. People like Stinger Rogue did, but it's just 10th generation shit. That shit is hacked as hell. Anyhow, Luxus is yet to awaken Dragon Slayer magic. But he got the Lightning Dragon King's magic power with his own. Now, although he removed the Lacrima that gave him his Dragon Slayer magic, I believe the way this works is if you've had the Lacrima implanted in you for a long period of time, your body essentially absorbs the magic from the Lacrima, making you a Dragon Slayer. And that is how second generation Dragon Slayers are born. It's not just because the Lacrima is just in you the whole time. You can take it out after 10 years or something. After 10 years of using that magic, it's obviously going to be ingrained into your being. You're half Dragon Slayer, whether you like it or not. I mean, this is even proven by the fact that he has motion sickness as well. So yeah, you dig? Now, Luxus has a the red lightning Dragon King mold, he says. And with that, he one-shot Kirin. Literally, it was one attack. It wasn't the strongest attack. It was one attack. Now, seeing Luxus currently in the current chapters of Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. I mean, the guy is so chill. He's like, and he's also getting his own cat, and his own cat is way more overpowered than the cat of everybody else. You don't think so? His cat is Lucky. That's going to be his own Exceed. Anyway, she's way more overpowered than any other Exceed out there. But I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Now, Luxus is currently so powerful that he has an awakened Dragon Force, yeah? So during this time, this chapters, there's going to this coming chapters where they're going to be fighting Ignia or something. I believe Luxus is actually going to awaken his Dragon Force. And believe me, man, Dragon Force plus the red lightning is going to make him way more overpowered, because Luxus and Cobra and Rogue, yes, are the only Dragon Slayers, no, Wendy too, are the only Dragon Slayers who have not eaten another element to make themselves more powerful. Like Natsu has his Lightning Dragon mode, Gauja has his Iron Shadow Dragon mode, Sting has his white Shadow Dragon mode. But Luxus doesn't have any of this. He literally himself created the lightning that goes above normal lightning. I mean, that goes beyond normal lightning. This is a lightning that is crazy as hell. And if he trains even more, he could probably just start using this lightning as his normal lightning and go beyond that. Going beyond that means maybe creating black lightning or purple lightning. Well, nobody really knows. But anyhow, now imagine if he awakens Dragon Force and uses this lightning, like this destructive lightning, or more advanced or beyond version of red lightning. What are you gonna do? What are they gonna do? Nobody can do anything. I mean, it was proven time and time again that Luxus was the strongest member of Fairy Tail without Gilded around, and now he defeated a Gilded level opponent. So yes, he's obviously Gilded level. And beyond, he's getting stronger, because the moment he attains Dragon Force, he's gonna outclass Gilded like by miles, bro. By miles. Anyhow, you guys tell me how you found this video, and yeah, I mean, yeah, my face.